Hello everyone, this is Maffuman Coach of the StarCraft Star Battle. We got a 6-on-6 ship-building action game starring Mr. Universe and Dark Prophet X, both have BCs. We got a little Aber coming on in. Aber's got that evolved as a Leviathan. Chew-Toy comes on in. Looks like he's got 4 lasers to farm, no abilities. Does mean he's a little speedier. Didn't go for range, but he went for 4 lasers. Obi-Wan went for an ability. He's got that plague. He knows how to play some Overlord. Good OSC has that evolved as well, because that's what you do as a Leviathan. Looks like Cosmos went for the feedback. Feedback is obviously an ability that you do want to have at some point. It's just a question of whether you want to get it, use it, and not have the best farming ability, but boom, Chew-Toy gets it. Now, Chew-Toy doesn't have any abilities, so like, you could argue, oh, that was wasted. Well, you don't really know that in the very beginning. Very likely you could find somebody with an ability like this Overlord. Overlord is super susceptible. And, ooh, ouch, jeez, we missed, what's it called, Overlord, that Overlord from Obi-Wan. That's going to be a tongue twister. Plaguing these two bad boys. We got Connectron, went for a little bit of everything build. As a Destro, he went for the little bit of speed, but a little bit of damage as well. Get OSC is going to try to push people, and he's going to do some damage, you know, admittedly, but he's also, going to have to retreat. When you go for the Evolve, it is super helpful if you want to do that. You can now spend his money right now. But it does cost 125, so in the very beginning, when you only have 250, it's an investment. Method, getting plagued. Method, looks like he's got some speed and Griffins. Okay, no abilities just yet. Probably wants to get on back there. Come on, buddy, don't die in the very beginning here. You got 2 minutes. You got to last a little longer than that. You got Connectron. You did that. Now these 2 tanks are usually good at taking damage, but Plague is just so good. He is susceptible now. Twisted Balls coming on in. He's got Backlash Rockets and range. Backlash Rockets and range is what you do as a frigate. Flop gonna get on out. Flop's got those missiles. Flop's got missiles. He wants to obviously do some damage. Now, there's no actual benefit of, like, you know, upgrading to 4 missiles in the same way that there is a benefit of getting 4 lasers to farm. It's just, I guess he chose to do extra damage, obviously. This team actually is going to have a pretty decent amount of damage dealt as long as this Twisted Ball doesn't die in the very beginning of the game. Because they have two missile boats and looks like 2 tanks. Kind of similar. 1-2 missile boats, 1-2 tank-esque things. It's a question of whether you really want to call the Leviathan as tanky as this tank. What I mean by that is the armor on a Dreadnought is awesome. The Leviathan is more of a health tank. You get a lot. You can upgrade your health, but the overall armor isn't as good. So some people might consider them like a bruiser as opposed to a tank, pure and simple. Carriers got those interceptors. Looks like he's got 8 right now. That's going to be good for farming. About once you get over like 10 or 11 interceptors, they are pretty good about doing damage to capital ships. But for right now, they're hanging back and farming. Mr. Universe is going to get on out of there. We're going to see Chew-Toy. Hey, he does have energy. So, you know, he went for phase disruptors, obviously, to farm. And, you know, look at that. He's got 100. You know, it's pretty decent. 624 money is pretty nice. He actually just has a free energy at this point. So he's just using it to heal. Arbiters turn energy into healing, as opposed to a Raven, which turns your shields into their shields. We got Twisted Balls getting a little bit late to the party. We're finding out everybody's going to be right here. Now, Aber's going to try to push. Again, you know, he spent his money. He's only got 101, 398, 258. Ooh, beautiful feedback. Now, again, perfect feedback. 1-2 abilities you want to use, but psych, you thought, because you got feedbacked. And that just happens. That's kind of the benefit of having a feedback. He's, you know, been farming for a while, so he has a decent amount saved. But right now, he's also kind of like using the feedback, running away, doing that whenever he possibly can. But he's going to have, you know, 2 shots to farm instead of 1. 2 shots isn't bad, but don't get the 3. Dark Prophet X pushing up. He's got those missiles. He wants to use it. He's got the 9 range. Connectron. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Nope, just the 1. Just the 1 from Obi-Wan. Looks like the blue side is slowly retreating. They're kind of realizing that they don't want to stay too long. And Method and Connectron don't have repair bots just yet. They're probably going to spend some of that 343 money or 271 money respectively on it. 853 from our carrier. Cosmos has 674, 5. We got Twisted Balls, even 300 in like now. Okay, there we go. Flop, looks like Flop's gonna try to like get on back. He's already 273, so he's got like some money. But the one nice thing about Dreadnought is that the abilities that you really like are energy cheap. The Repair Bots, 50. Protective Shield, 50 energy. As opposed to this carrier, look at him. He has all this money, and as a carrier, you're still broke because interceptors are great, but they're also very money intensive. Okay, he looks like he's going to get some warp. I wonder if he got warp drive technology. That's just so cool. Does not look like he has that. That would be super neato. Warp technology makes you be able to warp and then not have a cooldown afterwards. Let's see what he spends his money on though. Looks like he's still rounding out his things. Oh my god, he's slow. But he's got warp as well as warp in for interceptors. And 10. So yeah, he put all his money into something that is decent, but you know, they just always need to spend a lot more. We got these Sky Furies being taken out. Connectron does not have any healing. He went for some extra armor. Look at this armor right there. Only 4 upgrades, so 25, 30, 35, 40 money. And you get 24 damage mitigation. This guy spent 2 and has 10. We're gonna see if they ever get a little bit higher, but comparatively, just not gonna be there. Ooh, good shot from Cosmos. Good shot from Cosmos on Obi-Wan, but he knows that Obi-Wan went for at least 1 ability, possibly 2. Whenever you can like feedback an Overlord, do it. That I'm told does not hurt them, but it seems like it should. We got Connectron moving back. Now we're gonna see the Cosmos has 2 abilities, and Connectron is moving into the gas, so he's gonna be a little safer. But let's see what they end up doing out. Electromagnetic Storm can make a difference right there. We got Mr. Universe being taken out by Flop. Good combination. Not only did Connectron live, they also took out a BC for that. Ooh, lockdown from Flop, lockdown Dark Prophet X. No abilities either, but you don't really know that. In the very beginning, he could have bought like Duke or something crazy like that. When you're playing, you don't necessarily see what they have. You don't see their abilities. You only see what's at the bottom. So you have to kind of do some guesswork. Method moving back. Looks like Chuchoy does have Electromagnetic Storm and Feedback, so the Feedback war is on and popping. We got Dark Prophet X moving on. He doesn't have any abilities again, but that's just a choice. He has more missiles. And the blue side's retreating, because although they can, stay and fight a little bit longer, they decide, not to risk it. Never know. You got Leviathans running around. They always have the ability to like set up some type of warp thing. Looks like Good OSC does have an ability, has Rapid Regeneration, and that's going to help him heal. There's no way of him being healed by anybody else, so he has to heal himself. Strong Independent Levy, he don't need no man. He just needs energy. He doesn't need no man, he does need energy though. Looks like Obi-Wan's going to be retreating. Chuchoy running away as well. Connectron trying to do as much as possible, but it looks like the Leviathan adding on, and they're not going to stay too long. And the Leviathans are, they basically just give them more time. Look at that, 5 upgrades, he only has 16. 4 upgrades has 24, just has more health. Leviathans can get insane once they get, like, really thick. They actually get larger as they get more healthy, more health. Not really more healthy, but like health-alicious. As they get more of this stuff at the bottom. Flop doing the thing where he stays in the gas, that's good. The gas blocks vision, so you can shoot out, they cannot shoot in. Get OSC says, I'm a Leviathan, it doesn't really affect me because the things that I like to do are at my tentacles. My tentacles are at range 5 and can't be extended. No extendicles. We got Connectron being a little slow on the uptake there. 1.71 speed, but he was also plagued. He was also, feedbacked. And it looks like Cosmos is going to have to use his energy to do the thing that is not an ability. Whenever he uses energy, he's helping his buddy out, but he's not spending energy on things he wants to do. Twisted Balls. And if you have enough energy, you can do both. You just be in there. Twisted Balls with like the most amount of missiles and no farming ability. It's past the 10-minute mark. You're killing me here. After the 10-minute mark, you start to do less damage, and by that I mean like these Phoenix and stuff have more health. They can survive 2 shots. That's a weird place for one of those, for a the siege. It's just kind of open in the middle. Everybody's open in the middle, and look, they can just back up. There's nothing forcing them to get into your ability right there. If they go into this little circle, they're going to take damage, but they're not. They're just going to be over there. I mean, if you want to chase down Flop, sure. But they're also super exposed. Also, like, now everybody knows what you got. Once you upgrade something, you cannot un-upgrade it. You can't sell it off, which does make whatever choice you make have to be more permanent, kind of like tattoos and such. But I guess you can remove them. It's like you can. They mostly just like laser them off. So it's like, I don't know. It's like writing in a Sharpie. You got Siphon Energy, Connectron. You got Siphoned. Now, luckily, the Siphon Energy is like annoying, but repair bots are cheap. They're 50. So like, you're getting his energy drained, and he'll get it back. If he wants to upgrade a little bit more, you can do that. But you really don't need very much energy to sustain repair bots. Get OC, taking a feedback in a storm. Now he has rapid regeneration, but he can't use it. 375 energy, 425 energy. You can use rapid regeneration a little more. Looks like you do upgrade how much rapid regeneration you do at a certain time. You have to pay money into it. See, and he's using that right there. And one nice thing about it is that you can use it while you're taking damage. These repair bots, no. These repair bots will get killed. See, very last line right there. Shield protective field can protect repair bots, but any direct hit will destroy them. Like it's like a Star Wars movie or something like that. I'm gonna get demonetized and I don't make no money. We got Chew Toy moving around. We got Dark Prophet X moving around slowly. He's got 1.82 speed, so he can definitely stay. And there's a nuke. There's a nuke. Connectron. If he runs, he can make it, but nuke's got 1.81 speed, and I don't think that's gonna be the case. Connectron is hurt a lot. Like a great wait. I think the nuke timed out. Now that's a weird placement for this, but okay, it worked. I would get out of there super quickly, but usually you want to use that while they're in there, but I guess as long as he has vision, he still does damage. Now that was actually an interestingly good place for it, because people were forced to be in that area. Surprised that nuke didn't go off. Use repair bots. But because they're forced to be in your zone of death, it was a lot more effective. Destroyers are all about positioning. Certain ships are all about certain things. Destroyers are about positioning. They got Gauss Cannon, which does damage at a range, but in general, that's what they are. We got Obi-Wan. He's like, okay, so I'm like gonna figure out what I want to do here. This side blast was not necessarily enough to kill the other guy. Boom, Plague does not. It was a whiff. We got a whiff. We got a Chrono Boost. I love Chrono Boost. Chrono Boost is my favorite. Like I even sometimes start off with it, which isn't like the best build, but it's most fun. Because it just like it places the target in a Chrono Boost, causing it to attack, use special abilities, and operate 50% faster. And its speed will be increased by 0.1, which is actually pretty significant. Abra moving in, but Abra took a bunch of damage. He upgraded from 1400 to 1600, and he does have, of course, rapid regeneration. Abra, they're finding out that 21 interceptors are actually going to do pretty decently against Leviathan, but he did upgrade his tentacles, so they're doing 22 damage to interceptors, 40 damage if they get close enough to do that. So see right there, 20 damage, 20 damage, 20 damage, and now bam. Get OSC, 44. Now if he stays on Connectron, he can do more damage. He's definitely in the range as well. It's just a question of like how much right there. Ooh, right there was was Cosmos trying to figure out what he wants to do. He does set up the electromagnetic storm. You can use it as area effect to have them walk into it. Obi-Wan wants to get close and use his abilities, and Cosmos wants to just not have that happen. So it's just a question of like more back and forth action. No, nope. He wanted to go for that feedback. Obi-Wan saw it and said, "No, I have the high ground. We got good OSC. Moving on back." He knows he's alive, but he knows he does not have energy. So Twisted Balls with his like infinite missiles right here are definitely going to pose a threat. He can just kind of kite them forever at range 10. It's just a question of can he get close enough. Twisted Balls does end up getting a bunch of lasers, so that's good. I think he, didn't hear me, obviously, because this is a replay, but I hope that he felt in his soul that it was the right thing to upgrade his lasers. It certainly was. 10 shields on a frigate is actually relatively, the right thing to do. Generally, Terran ships do get a benefit of having armor. This guy has it, because they get health when they get armor. But he just knows that no matter what, he's pretty plaguable. So the shields, once you get them up to 10, start healing all the way automatically. The re-healing on the shields surpasses minor damage. So you always get a little bit of health each time. Get OSC, pressing that G key, running away. 20,000 life. He upgraded his health a whole bunch. Is he the healthiest Leviathan? Yes. He's also slightly larger. Again, their icon gets a little bit bigger. But again, he has to run away. Look at all this health. All this health is basically there, so Twisted Balls can shoot it down. He's still relying on a rapid regeneration. You have to get close as Leviathan. You want to do some slappy tentacles, you got to get at 5 range. Missiles are fine. They're just they're no frigate missiles. I'll tell you that much. Because the frigate missiles you can just have more. You shoot 8 times versus shooting 4 times. You start off at 6 and you upgrade it more. You could upgrade it, but you're starting off at a lower point. That's a bad placement for this siege. What you really want to do is move your little self right up here so you could actually hit the battle station. But I guess he's laying down protective fire, so his buddies can farm. Avatar just being okay, I love farming, but I hate towers. Can these towers please stop shooting my babies? Nope, no they cannot. You gotta work more in. Interceptors are great. They just are not quite enough to take out the tower by themselves, and they can obviously get shot. Unlike lasers, you can't shoot lasers with lasers. We got Obi-Wan moving in. He says, "Yes, this is the place. This is the place for a plague." We got the nuke. Is Darth Proctor doing something? Is Ghetto SC setting up a warp? Is anybody doing things? Maybe. He's gonna move his little self. Oh, he's so close. They're so close to touching the tower. Abra's gonna move on in. Abra's gonna get feedback. Of course, though, he has so many abilities and can't use any of them. Ghetto SC in the place. He's gonna do the thing. Method, because he's in siege mode, he has a lot less armor. From 28 to minus 28, minus 21, 7 armor. I did math on air. Hopefully that's right. Please don't correct me in the comments. We got, if I'm wrong, Ghetto SC taking a whole bunch of damage though. I mean, look at this. Another couple of rounds of missiles, and he actually could go down. He doesn't have any energy. He has 400, but he keeps on getting feedback. Get back to base. Even as Leviathans can actually have the little heals as a tree. And looks like Method was able to do this. No, he's in a position to try. But I guess what they're saying is get on back there. Flop is quite hurt. Flop will make it back to base, but is heavily damaged. So he does not have the if he has Biosteel, which I haven't seen, he doesn't have the insurance policy, which is fire suppression system. Fire suppression system stops you from burning, so it's not an eternal flame. We're gonna see what happens when a unprotected Dreadnought goes up against an almost full health Leviathan. I'm gonna press that G key. Now the G key actually only regenerates 3058, and this actually is doing quite a bunch of that, so he's gonna get on out of there as soon as the Leviathan gets close. His buddies are around him. Obi-Wan says this is perfect. It also does affect your allies though, so Obi-Wan using the plague, Ghetto SC taking the damage. Method taking a whole bunch of damage as well. You gotta keep an eye on Method, he's gonna take so much damage, and he is out! Connectron, also the tank, also taking a bunch of damage. We got a Ghetto SC there. Oh, this Overlord is doing so much damage. 23, 35, boom, out as well. Both Dreads taken out in the same couple seconds. There's an, Cloaking Field is the thing that saved Abathur right there. Cloaking Field is something that basically the old school Arbiter thing, where you create a cloaking field around you, but you yourself do not get cloaked. But that saved Abathur because nobody could see him. There's no Strong Spotters. There are no Overseers. Observer buddies. And nobody has scanner sweep. So right there, nobody could detect. Now all 3 of those are possibilities. So we'll see if those do get used. Obi-Wan turned around using that siphon. Flop saying, hey, that wasn't very nice. But he has 450, so he can survive a Siphon, which drains 300, and still have some energy lying around. He does want to use his ability, though. Get over C, same Warp Me. Looks like Avatar just going to try to farm up. They have less people. It's a 4 to 5 right now. But they also are pretty decently cautious. When you have less people, be extra cautious. Play as if you're always a man down, because you are. Looks like there is actually going to be some response to this warp. Get OC's back there. Obi-Wan is back there as well. He's trying to get his energy back. He's got 240-ish when he really wants to have all of it. So let's see what ends up happening. We got Flop being like, oh, this don't seem right. And we got Cosmos running away as well. We got some Leviathan on Arbiter action. That does not seem fair. But we're going to keep an eye on him. Flop turning around, doing some damage, but oh my gosh, no, that's not quite the way of doing it. We got Flop just RQing out of there. Dark Prophet did that. Now, actually, the lockdown's super helpful. Twisted Balls is taking a whole bunch of damage. Dark Prophet X right there. Get OC right there. Oh, beautiful. Hold up is being used, and shield is being transferred. Not shield being transferred, energy is being converted into shields. Ooh, Dark Prophet X taken out by Avatar. Avatar, great job on his interceptors. 31 upgrades. Definitely going to be good at doing that. And Cosmos, maybe, yes, close. Close. Leviathans cannot detect. They can use Acid Spray? Yeah, they can use Acid Spray in a targeted area. Why not? But now it looks like Red Side's going to be up there and farming. 1, 2, 3. Twisted Balls took a whole bunch of damage. And it looks like, the Leviathans are both choosing a favorite Warp Prism. This one happens to attract the Tempest first. You don't control the Tempest. In fact, the house is spawning them. They're not Avatars. But even if they were, you don't tell the Tempest what to do. They are independent. They just happen to be in the right area. And it looks like the Warp Prism almost gets into the health, and because of that means it doesn't. Almost doesn't count. Shields regenerate super quickly. Come on, eventually. Give it a little time. Eventually. Ooh, Abra moving in, using that interception. Interception is great, Cloak is better. Interception is basically like Zealot Charge. You zoom up to either an allied unit or a target enemy unit. And, Great OC takes a whole bunch of damage. Great OC, the health is there. Heavily injured. He's going to have to press that button. He's going to take a whole bunch of damage. Though Interceptors, he's using his rapid regeneration, but these Interceptors are doing so much damage. They're doing 74 each little shot. And, Chrono Boost is helping. Chrono Boost is helping him stay alive. The Leviathans, I mean, they have tentacles. That's what they got. And they have health. But the armor is just, even upgraded, is, not as worth it. Carrier, you are super hurt. Go on back to base, buddy. You deserve it. You almost got a sneaky kill on Leviathan. Interceptors are great for sneaky kills. You underestimate how much damage a full battalion of Interceptors can do. It's like a squad. A flock. A flock of Interceptors. That's what we're going to call them. Now, what the Interceptors are really good at is taking out Overlords. Mutalisks are, fine. Energy Blast is only at 5 range, and it's only doing 10. So, the Overlord is kind of more susceptible to Interceptors than even anybody else is. Shuto is going to have faces up this, but it's going to take a whole bunch of damage. Twisted Balls being hit. Abwood moving back. Chewtoy taken out! Chewtoy taken out by Avatar. These Interceptors are monstrous! Like I was just saying, and then did not notice. Avatar is going to use that Acid Spray on the Interceptors, using the ability to kill Interceptors, because it's the only thing that has damage in the area. 100 is fine. It's not going to kill Interceptors, but it's going to do something. The Get OSC as well as Abra kind of just rock around. I mean, their answer to everything is just get close and slap. Get close and slap. And Twisted Ball wants to run away. He's even got afterburners to help him run away a little faster. 1.82 speed, 1.81 speed, and 1.81 speed. So the frigate is 0.01 faster. And it's just by design. You can only upgrade it, I think it starts off at 1.61 to 71 to 81, or respectively for the two endings. Twisted Balls taking a bunch of damage from Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan just wants to sit back and do damage, but absolutely cannot stand up to interceptors of that magnitude. Because again, the Leviathans want to get close. They want to use their tentacles, so they upgrade them. Where if you're getting close enough to touch somebody with your air blasters, you're not in a good position as an Overlord. You can upgrade your bio discharge, but nobody does, which is unfortunate. Womp womp. It does extra damage against Zerg ships, but there ain't no Zerg ships. Two choice and GD. He who the Arbiter, he who is out. There's no respawn in this game, so once you're dead, you are dead. But you can stay for a little bit longer to get the points. Looks like it's actually even 16 versus 16. Points are basically delegated on overall ranking average divided by how many people. Boom. And it looks like, I'm not sure if it was a random or if it was that just happened to work out, but 16 versus 6, but there's a total of 32, and that's as many as you got. Get to see, doing damage. He's saying Siphon Arm, and he's saying, yeah, obviously. He's the only person who can drain energy. Cosmos can drain energy. Avatar does not. Ooh, he has temps now. Let's see what these temps are like. 6, not very well upgraded, because you just got them. There's a new toy. And temps are just super expensive as well. You know how interceptors are expensive? Once you add Tempest, that's even another thing. It's like, hey, spend money on me. And you're just like, but I don't have, like, the monies. The monies are not there. Because Tempests are just like, you sit back, you do some damage. They're great against, Overlords as well. Pretty much things that do damage at a distance are great against Overlords. Get OSC and Abra moving on in. They're trying to do as much damage as possible. They're going to get all the feedback as well in the world. And now they're right there shooting. And they're also they are a good way of adding extra damage at range. Get OSC taking a whole bunch of damage against nobody can heal except for himself. We got Twisted Balls being cloaked as well. But that actually does leave Cosmos as the only visible target. We're going to go switch over to the somebody on the right side team. Cam. See right there, he can see them, and now I'll push on use cloak. Okay, fine, whatever. But basically you can't see him. If you can't see him, you can't attack him. Does leave the Arbiter more exposed because you auto target what you can see. But it's a sacrifice you want to make. Twisted Balls saying, you know what's pretty good, doing damage against this this guy right there. But he's going to retreat in time as well. He's going to use those spicy Cheetos to get on out of there, afterburners. He's going to hope that he's next to these kinetic overloads. Overload. Right there. Basically, running away is the red side. The red Zerg side. Zerg team, Zerg power. We got not really a Zergling rush right now. We just got the Zerg retreat slowly. Leviathans basically never go back to base. They only have to go back to base once they upgrade it in flight involving when they want to get fancy abilities. And if you ain't got money, you can't do that. Looks like Abra is moving back. He knows where to buy the fancy abilities. If he buys any more, let's see what he gets. I mean, you can just heal. There's nothing against it. You just don't have to go back. And that's basically like good and a bad thing as well. Because you have the ability to spend your money, you do. But then it's easy to forget, oh right, if I wanted cool abilities, I have to go back to base. But I've already spent the money because I just impulsively press a button. So that's what happens. And the blue side is being cautious. You know that they really don't have a tank at all. Like, both their tanks are dead. Avatar does not have Vortex. There is the hold up. That's a pretty decent ability, but like, you don't want to get too crazy. And frigates can't take damage. So really what they are is, great at doing damage at a distance and using fancy abilities. Damage at a distance, Tempests are damage at a distance, and interceptors are as well. But and then relying on Cosmos to press some cool magician buttons. Versus the red side, which basically has like 2 bruiser tanks and have to get close to do all of their damage. And then they rely on their Overlord to do all the fancy abilities. And that basically just goes down to, can you avoid the Tempest? Like, can you fly right through them, or can you go around them? Now, as soon as the Tempests are dead, they can respawn. You can only have 3 on the board. You can't keep on spawning Tempests and have like 16 of them. It's just cost 225. So it looks like Twisted Balls is going to move on up. He's going to do some damage. Abra's going to retreat. because, and just the question of how much damage can this frigate do with these 20 upgraded missiles? Ghetto SC gonna move on in as well. He's got that interdiction. So both of them are using it. Both of them are trying to get close, but they're without energy. Cosmos, if they can take out Cosmos, that's going to be great. 1 or 2 more shots from Opion. This could actually happen. Ghetto SC taking how much damage? No! That's my purse. I don't know you button being used. Twisted Balls taking out Ghetto SC. The Psionic Shockwave moved people away. And, also kills your momentum. But, Cosmos stays alive. Call Wanda. And we got Abathur. Abathur doing the thing. He is also quite hurt as well. Everybody's hurt because of that, because of that thing where they engaged and they tried, but they have to really just get close. They have to rely on the ability to get close. And unfortunately, the Psy, which was massively updated, was just not massively updated enough. And it looks like Abathur is going to move on back. He's got 729. Let's see what he ends up using it on. I would recommend Vortex. I mean, just as a person who likes having the insurance policy of, oh no, they're too close, Vortex. That's really what it is. Twisted Balls does not have such luxuries. He has afterburners. He's got quick reload. He's got missiles. He's got also the nuke. He's got the fusion torpedo, which is good because, Leviathans are pretty thick. Good targets. Obi-Wan. Ooh, he does not want to get close. Range of 10. Which is, why he wants to get on out of there. He's going to go on back. Now, you can actually in-base torpedo them, but that's pretty hard to do. Aber, moving in. Aber, going in. He wants to hit Cosmos. Oh, but there he goes. He sees a nice, juicy frigate right there. Twisted Balls taking a whole bunch of damage, but it's only one of them. Let's see what ends up happening. We got a Tempest moving in. We got Feedback and Storm. He's just pressing buttons. And Twisted Balls, boom, takes out Aber with his fusion torpedo, red laser pointer of death. He's like, you know what? I'm also just going to be a tank right now. He just wants to take out that battle station. He does. Now he's getting cloaked. Not that he's in danger, but why not? Cosmos saying he's going to go around. Now you can't tell these Tempests to shoot over there. They're just going to fly to base and shoot whatever they can anyway. Cosmos. Now they were able to pick up both Leviathan and a tower that's pretty decent. Right now they only have an Overlord to contest with, so it looks like Abathur is just going to kind of farm up. He's even going to farm up over here where the tower is not, where the tower isn't. Then he launches his Tempests, and he's going to put a little stranglehold on them. Again, Tempests are just so good at doing damage. Looks like the Abathur is just protecting his babies right there. And yeah, that's pretty much going to be the little stranglehold that the Overlord has to try to figure out how to contend with. He can maybe upgrade his Mutalisks. Those are good. Mutalisks are always good. But the Mutalisks, if they're going to be used against the Tempests, are not going to be used against these Interceptors. The Interceptors are 32, doing 76 damage. That's going to hurt, even though he upgraded armor. Looks like Cosmos is going to stay around the area. Twisted Balls flew all the way back and is now flying all the way forward. He does not have warp, which is actually I can't call him out on that because I consistently forget about warp. It's like the thing that is the most helpful to get that I just forget about to get. I've only played 1,000 or so games. Come on, I'm a noob here. We got quick reload. Ready and willing. These Tempests again. You kind of almost want this Tempest to die. Carrier can only warp in more Tempests after their complete destruction. As long as this Tempest is alive, he can't build anymore. There we go. Now he can. But he's not going to. Let's see if he actually gets it. Come on. Please get quick warp. Oh, he does. Now, because of that, he can warp right back. Usually there's a cooldown. But because he upgraded the warp technology, it's a carrier exclusive ability. He can get on there, get on out. It's like the best way of farming is just, farm, go back to base and upgrade. Effectively kind of makes him sort of like Leviathan in the sense that you can spend your money super quickly. Twisted Balls saying, I don't care about battle stations, I've got my backlash rockets. And it looks like now the walls are coming in. With the back against the wall, this Overlord is kind of figuring out what to do. He can try to get lucky. Maybe Siphon Energy. Uses Contaminate, which is a great ability. It slows down attacking enemy units. And by that, I mean Interceptors. Slows down Interceptors from killing you. They're killing you softly instead of killing you quickly. I think this is gonna have to be it. I mean, Overlord is like sitting there, but he's really struggling. The command center is no longer shooting Devastator missiles to kill interceptors, so it's just free range, and the little 2 energy blasts are really just not gonna do it. Twisted Ball saying, you know what, I'm tanky enough. This is fine. These things are to my liking. We got Overlord taking a whole bunch of damage. Abathur being around and boom, pushing them away, getting on out of there. Twisted Balls, swing the miss, getting plagues. Looks like the interceptors are going in. Twisted Ball getting, oh, as soon as the feedback is there, that's going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure you guys press like, press subscribe. Make sure you send your replays to MaffumnCasting@gmail.com for watching the games here. Press like, press subscribe. We're doing StarCraft Star Battle all the time.